Right now, you can get yourself a guaranteed shiny Snom, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to add it to your collection. Let's get started. How's it going, everybody? Blaine here for Bridgeport Games, and I have some awesome news. Everybody's favorite Icebug Snom is now available as a guaranteed shiny, meaning you're going to be able to get it much easier than you would a normal shiny. Now, what am I talking about? Well, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, the wild area events have shifted, and now, like a lot of our other guaranteed events we've covered on the channel, we now have the availability to get a guaranteed shiny Snom. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm going to walk you guys through two separate methods how to get the Snom as quickly as possible to add this awesome shiny to your collection. And if the shiny guaranteed Snom wasn't enough, we also have a distribution going on right now for Ash's Sirfetch'd from the anime, and we're going to be showing you guys how to get that as well. It is part of the sort of running distributions they're doing to give out Ash's entire team. We've had the Dracovish, Dragonite, and Gengar so far. And like before, I'm going to show you guys how to get the newest edition, which is Sirfetch'd. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I'm just going to show you guys how to get both these awesome Pokemon. But before I do, I just want to take a second to ask that if you like the videos we have here on the channel, please make sure that you actually like them by hitting that thumbs up button. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help us out. And it's really the only way YouTube is going to know that you guys like our content. So thanks in advance. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in, head over to the news, and see exactly what the Snom event is all about. All right, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys how to get Ash's Sirfetch'd because it is a little bit quicker than Snom because it is just a code distribution, unlike, you know, the raids we have to do for Snom. But yeah, all you got to do, go into your Sword and Shield games, and then go ahead and enter the code H1SSATSUNG1. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You guys can let me know in the comments, but just remember, there are no I's and O's in the codes for Pokemon. They are 1s and 0s. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of weird, but I guess it's nice that you can't really make a mistake, you know, and think one is the other one. But in any event, yeah, all you have to do is go into your Sword and Shield game, enter that, and you'll get the Sirfetch'd to go along with the Dragonite, Gengar, and Dracovish. And I'm actually going to hop into my Sword and Shield game now because it really is that easy. All right, so in Sword and Shield, just go to your mystery gift, and then you want to go ahead and go down to get a mystery gift and get with a code or password. So it's going to warn you if your, console dies. Obviously, you're probably going to lose out on it in the middle of it, but that's so rare to ever happen. Don't even worry about it. So I'm going to type in, again, H1SSATSUNEG1. So yeah, it doesn't fill the whole bar. Don't know why it's that way, but if your code looks any different than this, that's a bad sign because you're not going to get your Sirfetch'd. So make sure that your code matches mine exactly, and go ahead and hit the plus button to give it the okay. And it's going to go ahead, talk to Pokemon, and say, hey, this guy needs to get his bird, and then Pokemon's going to be like, okay. So as you can see, we have our Sirfetch'd gift here, and we get our lovely animation of it being received. Now, one thing to keep in mind, again, it is Ash's Sirfetch'd, but it's a Japanese distribution, so it doesn't say Ash on there. It has Japanese characters for Satoshi, which is Ash's Japanese name. So the reason he has that name is because the creator, Satoshi Tajiri, it's based on him, obviously, so there you go. But yeah, all you gotta do is go ahead and do that, and then all you gotta do is hop into your Pokemon to take a look at it, and you will see a very awesome Sirfetch'd waiting here for you. It is in Japanese language, which is cool. And yeah, it has, again, Satoshi as the trainer in Japanese. Mine came with a Brave Nature, which is not great, but you can change that with a Mint. And also had Meteor Assault, Brutal Swing, Fury Cutter, and Detect. Alright, but now that we have our Night Duck here, let's shift gears and go ahead and figure out how to get that shiny Snom. Alright, so here are the details of the event. The wild area events, the raids, have shifted in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So obviously, to get this, you are going to have a Pokemon Sword and Shield game, because it's not available in BDSP or Pokemon Legends Arceus for obvious reasons. So that being said, what do I mean when I say it's guaranteed? Well, when you get a normal shiny, right, the game basically rolls dice effectively, and whenever, the stars line up, everything works properly, lightning strikes twice, and things line up just right, you will get a shiny Pokemon to appear, but it's always random. Even with something like the Shiny Charm, all you're doing is rolling more dice. So you're increasing your odds, but it's never actually guaranteed. Here, if you look at the screen, there is a 2% encounter chance where it will be a guaranteed shiny Snom, instead of it being random. So the way you're going to have to do this is to go into the dens that are 5 stars, much like the Snom here, and you are going to be encountering things like Pink Urchin, Pyukumuku, and of course regular Snom. But when you do find that correct encounter, no matter what you do, it's going to be a guaranteed shiny Snom, and because you are getting it in your own game, conceivably you'll have unlimited chances to actually go for it, and you won't really have to worry about knocking it out or not catching it. But I'm going to show you guys how to use this event to your advantage, how to kind of game the system, and how to add this shiny Snom to your collection pretty much as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and hop over to Sword and Shield, and I'm going to show you guys how to get this right now. Alright guys, so here I am in my Sword and Shield game. I'm in one of the starting routes. I just was messing around the other day, and here's where I am. What you're going to want to do, go ahead and enter your town map, and go to any wild area. Now, I personally like to go to the main wild area right outside of Hammerlock, right here. You can go either here, the Crown Tundra, or the Isle of Armor. It doesn't really matter. I just kind of like this one because, frankly, I'm more familiar with the terrain. And there's a lot of, like, you know, the raid dens in view. So if I have any issues, I have kind of a lot of backups in place, which is obviously a good thing. Now, that being said, what you're going to need to do is this. You're going to have to find, for the first method here, now we are going to do 2 methods. For the first one, you're going to have to find one of the event dens in your game. Now, how do you do that? Well, go ahead and open your menu and go to Mystery Gift. All right, now what you're going to want to do, go to Get the Wild Area News. Now, it's very possible your game did not auto-update, you know, inside the news here, so you have to go and get the new news to change the dens to make sure you have the new event dens. So it says, we have the new Wild Area News, go look in those dens, updated today. So awesome, we have our new news. And now we have to go and find a den that has Snoms, Pyukumukus, and Pink Urchins, if I'm not mistaken. Now, a couple things. We are going to have to use the date skip method to make this work. So the dens that are already lit up, don't go for those. They're not going to work. The reason why, as soon as you go for one of those dens and you start time skipping, the beam is going to go away, and you're going to be basically back where you started, and obviously we don't want to do that. So what you're going to have to do is basically go around to all the dens that are not lit up, chuck in a wishing piece, and then see what happens. So I'm going to go to this one here. 200 watts, sweet. I have a bunch of wishing pieces. Throw it in there, and you want to make sure you also get a red beam, because the purple beams are not event beams. So make sure you get a red one, and then all you have to do, go in. And okay, so we see a Barbaracle that we know that is not the event den. No problem. Just go to a different one. There are literally, like, dozens of them in this area. There's one over here. Cool. I'm going to go ahead, avoid that Pokemon, whatever that was, and just go ahead, toss a wishing piece in, and we'll see what happens. All right, now let's see what we got. Okay, so we have a grass-type Pokemon. Again, not what we want. So really, this is the only kind of part of it that you have to brute force, but go through it, stop at your dens, and just keep trying. And ideally, if you get 2 or 3 in one clump, it's going to save you a little bit of time too, because more than likely one of those is going to have what you're looking for. But I'm going to cut in when I find the den, and then I'll show you guys exactly where mine was. Yours probably won't be in the same location, but just keep trying and you'll find it. Okay, so I found one. It's in this general area. Again, you know, the same den for you guys might not work. There's no real map that has, like, what event dens are which. It's pretty much just random. So you are going to have to just go ahead and find other dens. I know it's a pain. I'm sorry. But eventually you will find the one you're looking for, and it's going to be worth it when you get your shiny. Now, we see here I have a Snom. It's Ice and Bug. Pretty obvious. It's a safe bet this is the right den, even though I haven't checked any more beyond this. But we need to start day skipping. What you're going to do is basically force the game to bring you more encounters. Now, we know somewhere in this den, we don't know where, but somewhere down the line is a 5-star Snom that is shiny. So what you're going to want to do is this. Go to Invite Others. And now, when it's starting to tick down like that, you're going to want to go into your settings, go down to date and time under system, and then go ahead and just advance by 1 day. Now, what that's going to do when you go back in, go ahead to quit, hit yes, and then what's going to happen, the game is going to obviously change. We see the weather change, the den reset, and look at that. Now I have another encounter. Now it's a Pink Urchin. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Invite others. Make sure, guys, that you are disconnected from the internet. Don't go online. You're not going to get... There's some people that like to say your system is going to get bricked or you're going to get in trouble by doing this with people, like, online. That's not true. you're not going to have any problems with that. But my issue is, if you do this, you're going to have people who are trying to get into your raid, and you're going to be quitting. So you're going to be griefing them. And on top of that, you're effectively going to be just sending them codes or like events that don't exist. So you don't want to do that. So just disconnect, be a good Samaritan, and you'll be all set. But basically what you have to do is this. Repeat this process several times. Just keep doing it over and over again. And then when you get your 5-star Snom, go in, check that it's shiny, and we'll be all set. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to continue this process until I get the guaranteed shiny Snom. I am going to go in and check it to make sure. And that'll give you guys an idea of how long it took me to get it. Generally speaking, this is like a 10-15 minute process. I know it can take a little longer, but for me, it's never really taken that long. Here's a Pukumuku. So I'm going to bring you guys back in when I find the correct den, and I'll see you guys then. All right, good news, everybody. I found it. It only took me about, I think, in days of like skipping, about a month and a half. So about 40 days, give or take. So that was about 10 minutes. I actually was getting involved. I was watching a show on Netflix. So I'm actually a little mad I didn't get further because I wanted to watch the show. But in any event, we have the Snom. Now, again, you want to make sure you look for a 5-star Snom. It has to be 5-star in order to get it. And you want to go ahead and save as soon as you see this screen. Because just in case anything goes wrong, you're going to want to make sure you have it saved. Honestly, I mean, it's a Snom. So, like, this should be pretty darn easy to get. But in any event, I'm going to go ahead and actually invite others in. Just because I like to, you know, share the wealth, all that good stuff. So I'm going to connect to the internet. Now, when you're battling Snom, it is bug and ice. So a lot of things are good against it. You know, steel is pretty good. However, fire is 4 times effective against Snom. So I'm just going to save just for good measure. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a Firemon once I start inviting some others. So I'll invite some other people. And let's see what Firemons I have. I want to switch Pokemon. I don't want to use Magearna. Yeah, I have a lot of Mons, so... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my Incineroar, because I'm going to be crazy. But we should be good to go. We have a Salazzle, a Ho-Oh, and an Eternatus. I can't really think of any reason why the Snom is not going to go down immediately. But, as you guys will see in just 1 second, it is going to be that guaranteed shiny. One thing to keep in mind, the differences between normal and like shiny Snom are really, really subtle. You're going to see here in a second. So it basically looks the same with the ice. The face is a little more of like a yellow-green color, and that's it. But you can see it's shiny. It is square shiny. So this is pretty awesome. You know, I have my shiny Incineroar here, along with a myriad of shiny Pokemon. We see Salazzle and Ho-Oh, so we're all in good company. I feel like shiny hunters abound here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to knock out Snom. I'm not going to make you guys sit through the whole battle. And then I'm going to bring you guys back in when it's time to catch it. Alright, Snom has been defeated. I got to tell you guys, that was like Mike Tyson boxing a kindergartner because, like, there was at no point it ever looked like we weren't going to win. I'm going to use the Premier Ball. I think the white is going to look cool. And even though the red doesn't quite jive, it actually had red eyes because of the Dynamax energy. So, I don't know. I think that'll look nice. Because it is your... Snom that you're using, it should be guaranteed capture. I don't think you can fail it. We're about to find out, I guess, but it's pretty guaranteed that you're going to get your own Pokemon, which is nice. And as you guys can see, caught our Snom, everything is good. In addition, we're going to get probably a big old pile of items because it is a Dynamax raid that was 5-star. So we have our Snom, we got a bunch of experience candy, Dynamax candy, Dynite ore, and some items. That's cool. Like, Ice Beam is always solid, so can't complain about that. But we got our shiny. So, good news is we're all set there. I'm not going to nickname my Snom. I always like to kind of just keep my... I like to keep my shinies fluid. They can transfer into any gen and not have any nicknames. But, in any event. So, with the first method that we just did, we used our own game to generate a Snom. Now, for the second method that I'm going to employ here, we're going to use other people's Snoms to give us Snoms. Now, what am I talking about? Well, as you guys know, if you go into your YCOM menu here, you can see other events that are going on. And now look, this is a guaranteed Pokemon. This is a guaranteed shiny. So a lot of people are going to be doing this. But I'm going to show you guys kind of a life hack, how to kind of make it a little bit quicker and a little easier to kind of get your Pokemon. So first things first, go into your YCOM and make sure you're connected to the internet. Now we should be. And what you're going to want to do, go back in there and go into a link trade. Now look, we're not going to be trading, so don't worry. It doesn't really matter. You can only trade when you're on a neutral screen like this. So when you have your cards up, you're not going to have that problem. But the cool thing, did you see how it said X to refresh? You can actually mash the X button and get a lot of new cards. Because the problem is that when you start doing this normally and you don't have any like methods to refresh it more quickly, these really popular ones tend to go really quickly and you can't get into them, so they always like fill up too fast. The good news is though, if we do keep looking, we should find a 5-star Snom raid fairly quickly, and it's going to keep refreshing because we are searching for that trainer. Now again, I don't know why it requires us to do it that way. It just sort of is the way it works. I think it's because it's trying to connect you with somebody. It refreshes more often and more quickly. But that being said, all we have to do is keep going until we see a 5-star Snom. Now the way we know that, it'll say incredibly powerful on it, much like these, and that'll be sort of the keyword indicator that it's going to be a 5-star. So if it says massively powerful or anything like that, we don't want to touch that one. Alright, so we did get into a 5-star Snom raid. Now, do keep in mind, it's very popular right now, so there are going to be, you know, a lot of people wanting to get into them, so it could take you a minute or two. I'm going to grab my Incineroar again. It worked out really well last time, so why not go again? And we have a Charizard here. Looks pretty good to me. Zeraora is kind of whatever, but we should be all set to get another shiny, so let's see what happens. Do keep in mind, you know, there is the chance that it's not the guaranteed shiny, but all you have to do is keep repeating that process. Let's see. Alright, it doesn't look like it's a shiny in this case. Unfortunately, I think it's a normal one. Well, I'm going to get the confirmation in just a second because, again, it's so close. But yeah, basically that's all you have to do. Keep repeating that process and you're going to go ahead and get a shot at getting that shiny. That is guaranteed. Now I'm going to go ahead and knock this sucker out and then we're going to try again. And then we'll see where we end up. Alright, so we did find another 5-star Snom raid. Let's see what it is here. Let's see if we got it. I don't know if it's normal, special, guaranteed, whatever. Let's see though. Hey, I think that's it. I'm not sure. Hold on. I gotta wait to see this. Yes! Yes! Okay. So that's all we had to do. Yeah, all you have to do, basically just keep cycling through. And once you find one of those 5-star Snom raids, it will be the guaranteed one. So basically, you know, I know it can take a few minutes because there's so many people trying to go in and get them. But just stick with it and you will get it. And you will be able to have a shiny Snom added to your collection one of two ways. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and knock this thing out. And then I'm going to meet up with you guys afterward once I've either caught it or crying because I didn't. Alright, and Snom has been defeated. Turns out all these fire Pokemon are pretty darn efficient against it. But I'm going to go ahead and attempt to catch it. If I don't, it's cool. I already got the one shiny. But I'd like to have two, obviously. So let's see what works. Alright, it's going to go in, and then I need my good old 3 Waggles. Alright, it's caught. Well, it's in the Pokeball. It's not caught yet. We got 1. I got 2. Come on, Snom. Snom? Well, guys, look, we didn't get it today. We didn't get the second one, but the important thing is you guys now know it's that easy to get this guaranteed shiny Pokemon. All you have to do is either go ahead and do the raids in your own game, or go ahead and access somebody else's game, and you'll be able to add this adorable shiny Snom to your collection. So honestly, it's that easy. Again, I know this can take a little bit of time, but it really is a lot faster than traditional shiny hunting, and most of the time you'll be able to get the shiny within 10 to 15 minutes. So go ahead, happy hunting, enter some raids, and go ahead and catch this awesome cute Pokemon and make your collection just that much bigger. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That's how you can go ahead and add a guaranteed shiny Snom to your collection today. And you know, again, I know it takes a little bit of work to set it up, but it's a lot faster than traditional shiny hunting, and it is guaranteed. There's not that, you know, element of chance. So all you have to do is just kind of keep going for the raids, and you will find it, and you will get another awesome shiny Pokemon to add to your collection. But that being said, everybody, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to absolutely impact that like button in the face. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel because, again, it really does help us out. And you'll become part of our amazing Pokemon community to make sure that you never miss any of the awesome videos like this one. So that being said, everybody, please remember that the best Pokemon games are the ones that you love to play. And the proper ways to play them are however you have the most fun. I hope each and every one of you watching have a happy, epic, awesome, and amazing day. And as always, I will see you in the next video. See you around. Bye-bye.